Hey everyone, this is Tar Capricorn. Today I want to discuss how Capricorns deal with heartbreak. Now we all know that heartbreak is unfortunately something that everyone will have to go through at some point in time in our life. And we all know that any type of heartbreak is not easy to deal with. We all have our personal ways on how we deal with things and how we get through the tough times. And when it comes to Capricorns, we have a hard time with heartbreak in particular because it takes us time to build trust and to let others into our inner thoughts and our emotions and just let them into our world. It's never an easy thing for a Capricorn to allow someone into our personal space and into our personal business. And so that is honestly why when a Capricorn gives someone our all, our heart, our emotions, it's hard for us to let them go. Once we get close to people, we don't want to let them go. And we do have a hard time dealing with heartbreak. And when we do deal with it, that heartbreak is felt immensely. One of the things that I can say about a Capricorn is that we will feel every emotion that we feel when we are going through a heartbreak. And this is extremely important for anyone. If you're ever feeling some type of way, never dismiss your emotions, never dismiss those feelings because those feelings are valid. And when it comes to getting over heartbreak or any difficulty that you may be dealing with in your life, feel those feelings and just be able to sort through those feelings without losing who you are at the core. And what I mean by that is just don't hold on to bitterness. Don't try to make it seem like you don't have emotions and you're just this solid person all of the time when no one is that kind of person all of the time. It is okay to be by yourself. It's okay to feel those emotions. It's okay to tell that other person how they made you feel. That's also valid. Now, will they listen to you? I don't know. But if they do, great. Tell them how you feel, work through those emotions, work through those feelings, because that is definitely going to get you over that initial hump of that heartbreak. And Capricorns, we feel our feelings and emotions. Do people always get to see that side of us? No, but this helps us get through the tough times, being able to reflect and see maybe what we could have done differently. And honestly, this is one of the reasons why I feel like Capricorns always bounce back from whatever hurdles that we may go through in life. And that's because we can feel our emotions and we deal with our emotions and we don't hide our emotions from ourselves. And that is the most important thing that you need to remember when you are going through a heartbreak. In the next way a Capricorn is going to deal with a heartbreak is going into isolation. And this kind of ties into us feeling our emotions because all of these emotions are going to happen in isolation or around people who we truly trust. And even then, honestly, they're not going to get everything. So Capricorns during this time just want to be left completely alone. And it's important for us to have others around us who will understand when we need this time alone and not get offended, because during this time of isolation, we don't need to be dealing with other people's feelings and emotions. We need to be dealing with our own. And so it's just important to have solid people who are just going to give you that space that you desire in that moment. We just need that time to regroup and regain mental clarity just to get back to how we were before the breakup. Capricorns will always choose to sort through our emotions in isolation and in solitude. And that's just how we're built. Capricorns will prefer to process our emotions in private because we really don't want to be seen as a person who is not in control of our emotions. And I said this earlier, Capricorns don't mind sharing our emotions with those who are close to us. But at the same time, we really don't share those emotions with them either. Will we express ourselves? Yes. Do we need a shoulder to cry on sometimes? Yes, we are human like everyone else. But at the same time, Capricorns like to keep a little bit of things private and to ourselves. And that is when we will go into isolation, deal with things that we need to deal with. And this is just honestly not a side of us that we want others to witness all of the time. And so isolation is going to be extremely important for us to get back to who we really are. So after Capricorn has gone into isolation and we've had time to think about things, sort through our emotions, and just deal with things on our own, that is when a Capricorn will be able to use our brain and rationalize things and start looking towards positivity. When we are going through any turmoil or heartbreaks, we really have to force ourselves to see the bright side. We have to trick ourselves into thinking that everything is hunky-dory, the grass is greener on the other side, in order to get to that positivity. Because like I said, if we don't, we will get dragged down. Capricorn's mind is always racing, it's always thinking, it's never turned off. And so we really have to be in control of our thoughts and our emotions, because we don't want to get into that dark place, because that is not the best place for anyone to be in. And so being able to look to the bright side and being able to be mature enough to know that things are not always going to be bad is one of the things that Capricorn focuses on. So we deliberately focus on the things that are going to make us happy and make us feel good. And this is the time where we may want, those around us to come around to make us feel good, to give us that positivity and those encouraging words, and just have that reassurance that things are always going to get better. And the one thing about being a Capricorn, we may feel down, we may get, depressed, like I mentioned earlier, but at the same time, we are able to lift ourselves out of those thoughts and those feelings. Those thoughts and feelings come, of course, everybody's have those thoughts and feelings at some point. I'm not going to say everybody. Some people have those thoughts at some point. But the one thing about having a strong mind and having a sense of self and being able to see the positive sides of things is always going to bring you out of those feelings. And you need to be able to rationalize things and be mature and be able to have control of your emotions, because honestly, heartbreak comes, heartbreak goes. But at the end of the day, you are always going to be left with yourself. And so you just always have to know that there is always going to be a rainbow at the end of the storm. And that is always going to get you through anything, any heartbreaks. Know that the storm is not going to last forever. And that's going to get you through. All right, so down below, as a Capricorn or anyone else who is watching this video, what are some ways that you deal with heartbreak? I really want to hear what you guys have to say about this topic. And I also want others who may be dealing with things to also hear what you guys have to say. That is very important, to have a community and people who share advice and just listen to you when you want to say something. So I really want to see what you guys have to say about this topic down below. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe for more videos, and you'll be sure to hear from me soon. All right, bye-bye.
She's drifting away from me. But did the ocean